We all know Invincible and Adam Eve were meant for each other. We knew they were destined. But before there was Invincible, there was Rex. And Rex was Adam Eve's first true love. And he didn't know it yet. Welcome to my channel. And this is the origins of Rex Splode. Now, let's begin. Because Rex was a thief. That was his first job. When he was brought to this earth, he knew nothing but to steal food. Yup, you heard me correctly. Food, nothing else. Until one day, everything changed with an explosive placed on the ground for him. Now he was pissed off. Who the hell interrupts my jaunt? And he sees a man in the shadows. Hello, Aladdin. Are you meant to be stealing? What would your parents think? He looked at this man with disgust. What do you mean? They sent me to steal, bruh. This is for them, not for me. Come to find out, he was telling the truth. They were truly homeless, and they sent him out to steal every single day. Everything changed though, with one knock at the door. It was the same gentleman from before, and he came here with a big-ass suitcase and some steaks. He was here to make a trade. Mr. Radcliffe offered the money and the food for his son, and they gave Rex away just like that with one handshake. Now, this was dark. It was already selfish alone, but Rex's new life, it wasn't that bad. He got to live in a mega mansion, had his own room with butlers. He got to train, he got to grow, he got to learn, and he learned well. He was really good at hand-to-hand combat, and when he was strong enough, he got ready for his operation. The operation that gave him his gift and curse. You see, the abilities weren't God-given. Nah, they were man-made. He could kill anything, or rather, he could make any inorganic substance explode. And he was going to use it to kill for Mr. Radcliffe. That was his job. That was his duty. Of course, being a young man, he didn't want to do this right off the bat. He wanted to know why. He was still a child, but Mr. Radcliffe was very convincing. He brought him out from darkness, gave him a life, gave him abilities, gave him power. He felt like he was obligated to do this. And boy, he did it so well. He was built to be an assassin. Every single operation he took part in ended successfully. From delivering simple trinkets like baseballs that would explode and blow up a person's home. Every single task he was given was completed, and a gift was going to follow suit. He got gifted a moped on his birthday, and he said, wow, my father never gave me shit. Radcliffe said, boy, your father sold you for steak. I'm your daddy now. He was a hopeless kid. All he had was Radcliffe, so he saw no choice but to carry out his mission, and he did it well. Now, do not be mistaken. Rex Splode ain't no pussy. When given the opportunity, or when the need arises, he walks in there with no remorse and gets his hand dirty. He was dropping bodies because that is what he was built for, and he used his powers very efficiently. But the thing is, his next mission was something he was very uncomfortable with, because his next target was the Pentagon, the fucking Pentagon. Radcliffe exposes the truth that he is a very bitter man. He used to work at the Pentagon apparently, but then he was let go. He was a madman, of course, and now he wanted revenge, and Rex was his object. When he was brought here, Rex was told he was working for the government, but now he was going to explode a government building. It didn't add up. So he took a ride to Claire's head, and that is when he met her, because he heard a battle going on. He stopped out of curiosity, but then he saw a body just fly outside. It was a supervillain, the Cannon, and we have seen him multiple times fighting against the lovely Adam Eve. Speaking of which, she appeared like an angel, and Rex was frozen in his step. You're a superhero. She was proud of herself. I mean, he was flirting in the middle of a battlefield. The Cannon got up, pissed off. I'm gonna end you both. Eve protected Rex because she thought he was a civilian, but Rex really wasn't. He made sure the Cannon knew he could kill him at any time. That was just a pebble. Wanna see what I could do with a brick? The Cannon called his bluff like, bruh, do what you gotta do. And he said, all right, catch this. It was so big a shockwave, homeboy threw up on himself and just passed out. Even Eve was astonished, like, who the hell are you? Rex goes on to introduce himself, and she does the same. But you see, she was a superhero, and he had a big conundrum he was trying to solve. They needed to talk, and so she invited him over. It was clear two of them had a connection, but still, even after all they spoke about all through the night, he still had a mission to complete. And so, he carried it out. He went to the Pentagon, delivering the briefcase as planned, and we see who his target was. It was Cecil. Radcliffe's replacement was Cecil. But you see, the case didn't go off. Rex had made the choice not to kill Cecil, and this simple choice brought forth a lot of death. He decided to leave this mansion, and boy, he found out the really dark truth. His father knew Radcliffe from way back when. Before he could even ask Radcliffe why he lied, why he was chosen, Radcliffe said, "Why the hell is the Pentagon still standing? Did you not carry out your mission?" Rex lied, "I did. Maybe they're covering it up." Radcliffe said, "What?" and slapped the shit out of Rex. "I gave you everything. I gave you power, and I asked you to do one thing. Just one thing, and you can't? How dare you?" He started to tussle with Rex. Literally, he almost choked him out. Rex had to defend himself, and by mistake, he touched Radcliffe's glasses. Now, if anyone else touches Rex's explosion, it just goes off. And sadly, Radcliffe forgot that simple information, and his head was gone. Just like that, he was now alone, and he was a murderer. Or was he? He had to clean up this place. He had to get rid of the evidence. So he found a big-ass, long-ass cable and just started running it through the whole mansion. When he was done, he supercharged it and let the cable burn the mansion to the ground. He was clean and clear, but he knew what he did. He knew he was still a killer. There was only one person he could confide in, and he went to her house and told her everything. But you see, Eve was so locked in. She said, "I hoped you burnt everything to the ground." Rex said, yeah, I think so. She said, "You think? Did you leave the house partly stable?" He said, "I don't know, I just ran." She said, "Boy, you need to lock in. There's a lot of research in that building, I'm assuming. Research that other government employees will want to have, and you just left it? There are a lot of bad people in the government, Rex. Tell me where it is. Let's go burn that shit down together." Come to find out, she was absolutely right. They had already infested the building like simple parasites. And guess who headed this whole expedition? If you have watched the Eve special, you know him already. Mr. Erickson, the dickhead. When Eve and Rex pulled up, they saw him. She saw him. She said, nah, we need to burn this place now. I know that prick. Rex said, all right, let's do this. She said, no, chill. You need a costume. I don't want them seeing your face. And she gave him the most ridiculous suit ever. All this was supposed to be low-key as shit, but his name is Rex Splode for a reason, bruh. With one touch, the locks went off and they could track them. And these guys meant business. They wanted the smoke. When Erickson saw them and realized that they had powers, he said, "Give me my big gun." And he went to fight because he does his fighting himself. He wasn't like Cecil. He meant action. So did even Rex. Both of them broke apart, and Rex went to do his own thing because honestly, his fighting style was mostly based on killing. He couldn't hold back. Every single attack took a life. When it was all done, Eve stood triumphant, and Rex, well, he had nobody to capture. They were good, but honestly, the mission was still the mission. They found a pipeline leading into the mansion, and he was supposed to supercharge it and blow it up from the distance. But you see, Mr. Erickson found them first. "Come out of there, boy. I like you. You're my type of person. Why don't you come? I can adopt you." But yeah, he had a bad relationship with family. All I need is my girlfriend. And with one toss of his baton, he blew up the mansion. And Erickson cried, No, try and recover as much as you can. Don't let it burn. But he was already done. Now, they had to escape. And as they did, the coming days were the funnest ever. because he got his new suit. He wanted it to be a little bit more flashy, but this will suffice. Rex Splode was born. Eve didn't need no suit. She could just fix her own stuff. But still, something was wrong. Rex could tell. Are you good? And she told him everything. I know Erickson. He killed my mother. I was born in a lab, just like you. And he understood. They were kindred spirits. They were friends. But you see, at the end of the day, this was never going to last. She was not the type to take care of a grown-ass teenager. Rex, you need to leave, man. He said, all right, I'll leave. And then, one day, he was just gone. And as she looked on the system, she knew exactly where he was going to. He was going to find his family, the ones who sold him for some steak, and he was going to end their lives. And by God, he meant it, because honestly, it was well deserved, until he saw that they had new children. They were happy. He couldn't even bring himself to do that. He was a good person at the end of the day, no matter what anyone thinks. Eve, of course, came to stop him, but there was no need. He was never going to kill them. So, she took him back, and they became friends, to boyfriend and girlfriend, to teammates. Now, they were a part of a superhero team, and they were here to kick ass. R.I.P. Rex. If you know, you know. Peace.